Hey guys, Dave here from Wolf in the Wild Survival. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about the trout lily. Up till this point, I've kind of referred to it as a toxic plant or an inedible plant, and a lot of people have been kind of calling me out on it. And I mean, it isn't entirely true. And the people that are calling me out on it, they do have justification to call me out on it. So I want to do some clarification here. For my channel, I feel that I kind of have to be careful. I have to be careful about what I say. I don't want anybody going into the bush and hurting themselves based on something that I've said. Now, that being said, the trout lily technically is an edible plant. It is. But it's not recommended that you eat it, or at least that you eat very much of it. So first of all, I showed you briefly what the trout lily looks like when it's in the ground. What I have here is one that I've dug up with a stick, and I've kind of cleaned it off. I took the dirt and a little root ball off of it. That's basically what you're gonna get. When it flowers, it's not really so useful, but before it flowers, that little thing on the end that's called a corm, that's what you're gonna get. The reason it's called the trout lily is because the leaf, focus, the leaf looks like basically the skin of a speckled trout. Or at least the person who named it thought that. And it kind of does. It is edible. But if you eat too much of it, it'll make you puke. And not a little bit neither. I mean, it will make you retch your guts up. How much is too much? Well, that depends on the individual, and that's kind of the problem. If you're used to it, you could probably take more. If you're not used to it, probably not so much. You'd probably eat, a lot less than a person who's used to it and be puking their guts up in the bush, and that's never a good thing. You lose hydration doing that. And that's where in my YouTube channel, this is, it's Wolf in the Wild Survival. This isn't, like a cooking show or playing around. This is a survival channel. And if I say something like that and make you guys go into the woods and you're in a survival situation and you start chowing down on those things and start puking your guts up, you're going to die of dehydration. So that is the first reason why I say, it's a plant to avoid in a survival situation. And I kind of refer to it as a toxic plant. The other reason, the native North Americans, the indigenous population of North America, used to use the trout lily as a means of contraception. And I'm not even sure what the dosage is, but in a particular dosage, it will prevent a woman from conceiving a child. Maybe in a survival situation, that's not such a bad thing, but I mean, if you've got a plant that you're going to eat and you know that it acts, kind of like a morning after pill, would you want to stick a bunch of that into your body? So I don't personally think that it should be consumed on a regular basis, especially by pregnant women or women who are attempting to become pregnant. And if you're in a survival situation and you've never had these things before and you have no experience with them, you don't want to start chowing down on those things and losing a lot of your water and dying of dehydration in the bush. So it's, in a very, very minor way, it is a toxic plant and it should not be consumed in large quantities. Other than that, it's got a nice sweet little flavor. It's not all that bad. For me, and I'm not 100% sure of this now, but for me, it leaves just a very, very slight, almost kind of a slight burning behind when I eat too many of them, which leads me to believe that it might have small amounts of calcium oxalate I think is what is the calcium oxalate crystals, I think it's called. And you know what? I'm probably wrong on that. It might just be my imagination, but it kind of makes me think of calcium oxalate. So I hope this satisfies everybody, the people that are calling me out, and the people that watch my channel regularly that do somewhat agree with me, and even the people that don't really know that much about the plant at all and want to know more. That is the long and short of it. And that's why, up until this point, on a survival channel, I call it a plant to avoid. So, there you go, guys. That's everything that I could say about the woodland trout lily. Oh, and it comes in yellow and white varieties. The flowers are either yellow or white. Mostly in my area, they're yellow. Unfortunately, there's no flowers out right now, at least not in the area that I'm in. So that's all I can show you, and that's all I can say about it. You guys have a good one, and until next time, stay wild.